In the shadows of the majestic Bietschhorn mountain, the peaceful Swiss village of Blatten stood for centuries, until the mountain itself came crashing down. On May 28, 2025, a massive chunk of the Birch Glacier suddenly gave way. What followed was a torrent of ice, mud, and rock thundering down the valley, swallowing nearly everything in its path. In less than 60 seconds, over 90% of the village was buried. The collapse was so violent that it triggered a 3.1 magnitude seismic tremor, strong enough to be recorded across the region. This was not just a landslide. It was one of the most significant glacial collapses ever witnessed in the Swiss Alps. But this disaster didn't come out of nowhere. For weeks, experts had been monitoring deep fractures in the glacier. The ground was shifting. Cracks were growing. The warning signs were clear. And just 9 days before the collapse, the entire village of around 300 residents was evacuated. That decision almost certainly saved hundreds of lives. Almost. One man remains missing. A 64-year-old resident who may have returned to check on his property. As search teams battled unstable terrain, hopes of finding him alive faded. Rescuers were forced to abandon operations due to the danger of more collapses. Now, all that remains of Blatten is a wasteland of crushed homes and buried roads. Drone footage reveals a gray, lifeless field where a vibrant mountain community once stood. But the destruction didn't stop there. The landslide also blocked the river Lanza, causing a new lake to form behind a wall of debris. Water is rising fast, 80 centimeters every hour, and nearby villages are now under threat of flooding. This wasn't just a tragedy for one village. It's a warning for the world. Across the globe, over 50 million people live in regions beneath glaciers, where melting ice and unstable slopes pose growing risks. As global temperatures climb, permafrost, the frozen foundation that holds mountains together, is thawing. When it weakens, entire slopes can collapse. Switzerland alone lost 4% of its glacier volume in 2023. Since 1950, the Alps have lost more than half of their glacier area. If warming continues at the current pace, experts predict most alpine glaciers will vanish by the end of the century. That means more Blattens, more families displaced, more communities erased in an instant. And yet, even in the rubble, there's resilience. Locals are already looking ahead, determined to rebuild, not just homes, but hope. Blatten's tragedy isn't just a story of loss. It's a message from the mountains. Climate change isn't coming. It's here. And we can no longer ignore the ground shifting beneath our feet.